Nandana Vrajajan Ranjan Ramanatira Vanachari Ramanatira Vanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare Jarada Madhavarada Madhavarada Jai Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Ganatindrandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshuruniltam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manabhistam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupan Jagajatam Jagana Raghunatam Nitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Jagana Lalita Shri Usakanitansa Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Navaniswari Vrisabhanasute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpataruvya Kripa Sindhuvyeva Chapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna. So last time we completed at Bhagavad Gita 2 point.
We were at text 2.
Text 2, yes, correct.
Yes. About the story, and then you told us a story about Guru visit. Guru visit. Why why Arjuna became a Junu?
Yeah, okay. Okay. So then it was completed. Okay. So then text 3. Yeah, okay. We'll read the text 3. Not yet, right? Text 3.
Not yet.
Okay. So yeah, but I already explained about that. But anyhow, we can read a little bit. Klaibyang mas magamaparta. Can you also? Klaibyang mas magamaparta.
Klayam masma gama parta.
Naitat tvayu papadyate.
Naitat tvayi upapadyate.
Sudra hridaya daurbalyang.
Sudram hirdaya durbalyam.
Yaktva tista parantapa.
Yaktva tista parantapa.
Okay, you wanna repeat once more?
Klayam masma gamar partha.
Klaibyang mas magamaparta.
Naitat tvayi upapadyate.
Naitat Tvayu papadyate. Yeah.
Sudram hardaya durbaljam.
Sudrang hridraya daurbalyam. Yes.
Kyatvo sitha parantapa.
Yakto tista parantapa.
Parantapa.
Yeah.
I can read. Is
Yes.
that okay?
Okay. Please.
Synonyms. Klayjam means importance. Masma means do not. Gamma take two. Paratha, O son of Pritha.
Yes, correct.
Na, never. Etat, this. Tvai, unto you. Upa, padyate is befitting. Sudram, petty. Hridaya of the heart. Durbaljam, weakness.
Mm.
Tva,
Tiak twa.
Tyaktva, giving up. Uttistha, get up. Param tapa, O chastiser of the enemy.
Okay.
Translation, I can read.
Yes.
And then I can read and you can explain. O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading importance. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of the heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy.
Yes. So Krishna here is explaining to Arjuna, don't become like that. Klaibyam that I already mentioned to previous session, that Klaibyam mas magamah parta, don't become like an impotence, like that. It means that if you are now feel very sorry that you have to face your own family member on this war, then it is not like you know. If you want to run away, it is not your nature actually, like that. It does not become you. It actually meaning like that. It is not it is not your nature at all. And give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of enemy. Can you read the purport? Can you read the purport? Yes. Yeah.
Purport. Arjuna was addressed as the son of Pritha, who happened to be the sister of Krishna's father Vasudeva. Therefore, Arjuna had a blood relationship with Krishna. If the son of the Kshatriya declines to fight, he is a Kshatriya in name only. And if the sons of a Brahmana acts impartially, he is a Brahmana in name. Move
Yes.
up, teacher.
Yes.
In name only. Such Kshatriyas and Brahmanas are unworthy sons of their fathers. Therefore, Krishna did not want Arjuna to become an unworthy son of a Kshatriya. Arjuna was the most intimate friend of Krishna, and Krishna was directly guiding him on the chariot. But in spite of all these credits, if Arjuna abandoned the battle, he would be committing an infamous act. Therefore, Krishna said that such an attitude in Arjuna did not fit his personality. Arjuna might argue that he would give up the battle on the grounds of his magnanimous attitude for the most respectable Bhishma and his relatives. But Krishna considered that sort of magnanimity mere weakness of heart. Such false magnanimity was not approved by any authority. Therefore, such magnanimity or so-called non-violence should be given up by persons like Arjuna under the direct guidance of Krishna. Surrender unto me.
Yeah. So it is like compassion not in the correct place. Yeah, this is compassion, but this is called compassion, but this is not in the correct place, because we know over there that he is kshatriya, and this is the duty of him when there is injustice. So he have sometimes have to fight to to set the justice like that. So here his compassion is not in the place, and is not in the right place. Yeah, and it's also mentioned here that we already mentioned about different duties or different responsibilities of the brahmana, kshatriya, like that. So here Arjuna is in the kshatriya order, so he has this duty to sometime to fight that, regardless of maybe even have to face with their own family member, like that. It is the duty for the good of the society. Yeah, like I already mentioned to you, for example, if you are a military man, or if you are a police, then, and in your family there is a one of your family member become a thief, and you supposed to be catching him and bring him in the prison, and you're not catching him and put in the prison, and instead of that you just release him. So it is committing mistakes, you are committing mistakes, like that. So by that analogy here, arjuna Arjuna's compassion is not in the right place here. Yeah. Okay, and then, okay, now Arjuna want to reply again in the text 4. He want to reply after hearing the reply from Lord Krishna. Arjuna Uvacha, Katang
Uja,
yeah, okay, this.
Ujana Uvaja,
Katang Bismam Ahang Sankye,
Katam Bismam Aham San Ye,
Dronang Chama Dusudana,
Dronam Chama Dusudana,
Isubi Pratiyotsyami,
Isubi Pratiyo, Syami,
Pujarha Varisudana.
Pujaha Ari Sudana.
Okay, just read the synonym.
Synonym. Arjuna Uvacha, Arjuna said, Katam, how? Bhismam, Bhishma, Aham, I, Sankhye, in the fight, Dronam, Drona, Ka, also,
Cha,
Madhu,
cha,
Cha, Cha,
cha.
also. Thank you, teacher. Madhu, Sudana, O killer of Madhu, Isubi, right?
Yeah,
Isubi,
Isubi. Yeah.
with arrows, Pratiyoshyami shall counterattack. Puja Arhu
Pujarhao, Pujarhao.
Urjaharhu, those who are worshipable. Arisudana, O killer of the enemies.
Okay. Translation.
Translation. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows in battle men like Brisma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship? Purport. Respectable superior like Brisma and the grandfather and Dronacharya, the teacher, are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counterattacked. It is general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harsh treated. Then How is it possible for Arjuna to counterattack them? Would Krishna ever attack his own grandfather, Ugrasena, or his teacher
Ugrasena. Yes.
Ugrasena,
Yes.
or his teacher Sadipani Muni? These were some of the arguments offered by Arjuna to Krishna, surrendered unto me.
Yeah. So he is bringing this point now. How can I fight with my teacher and grandfather? They are respected people. Yeah. It is now is very, it's very smart people, smart person. So Srila Prabhupada also explained over there that Lord, Lord Krishna will ever attack Ugrasena. Ugrasena is the grandfather of Lord Krishna, and Sandipani Muni is the teacher of Lord Krishna. So yeah, so he is asking back to Lord Krishna. Yeah. Let's see it here. Let uh, let read here from further explanation from Purijana Prabhu.
I can read. Arjuna wants Krishna to know that his decision not to fight is due to strong-heartedness, not weak-heartedness. As Srila Prabhupada mentions, offering even a verbal argument to one's superiors transgresses verdict etiquette, who what to speak of fighting and killing them. According to Srila Viswanatha Chakravarti Thakura, by addressing Krishna as Madhusudana and Arisudana, Arjuna calls attention to the fact that Krishna is the killer of his enemies, not of his guru and grandfather. Arjuna would prefer to allow flowers at the feet of Drona and Bhisma, not arrows. But how would Arjuna maintain himself if he were to give up his duty as a warrior and not fight?
Yeah. So this is
Continue.
we can read on the text 5. This is Arjuna's further. This one, let me read the you don't need to repeat. I can just
Okay.
Guru nahata himahanubavan Sreyo bhaktum bhaiksamapi haloke Hatvarta kaman suguru nihaiva Bunji yabogan rudira pratigdan. Okay, we can go to the translation directly. It okay.
Translation: It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of the life of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood.
Okay.
Purport. According to scriptural codes, a teacher who engages in an abominable action and has lost his sense of discrimination is fit to be abandoned. Bhishma and Drona were obliged to take the side of Duryodhana because of his financial assistance. Although they should not have accepted such a position simply on financial consideration, under the circumstances, they have lost the respectability of teachers. But Arjuna thinks that nevertheless they remain his superiors, and therefore to enjoy material profits after killing them would mean to enjoy spoils tainted with blood. Surrender unto me.
Yeah, so here is explained by Prabhupada and that actually the position of a teacher here, because actually Drona did to take to the side of Duryodhana just because of financial reason actually.
Assistant.
Yeah, and actually they should not acting like that. They have to be able to differentiate between good and bad. So although they are the teacher of Arjuna as well, and Bhisma is the grandfather of Arjuna, so they should not actually take side of Duryodhana only because of they getting financial support from them. And also one more thing is that Bhisma have one vow, vow, right? He have he swear that he will protect the whoever in the throne. So now who is sitting in the throne is Dhritarashtra. He could not differentiate between good and bad. Then he is oblique to his own what is that? Wow, that he swear something. Sabot. Uh, Bisma ban subot ta ng kapir ka taira sa okay? the whoever sitting in the throne like that of the kingdom. So he is Kshatriya. They like to make wow. They like to. I swear like this. I swear like this. A lot. They do a lot like that, and it's considered that if they not fulfilling their vow, they is considered to be not truthful person. Yeah. In ancient time, people respecting their own word. It's not just a word. They will do that really like that. So then Bhisma has this one another factor of why he is taking side of Duryodhana. But actually his heart, he know actually that the Pandava is good person, and his heart actually always supporting them of the Pandava. Although he has to fight for Duryodhana, but his heart actually he always want Pandava to to rule the kingdom actually. So it is like a dilemma here. Like his heart is for somebody else. Yeah, but he had to be with the Kaurava like that. So of course, because Bhisma is also supported by, because he live in the kingdom, and of course he is taken care by Duryodhana and everyone, and in the Kaurava. So here is mentioned that they get the financial support from them. And Dronacharya, because he was a teacher, he is a teacher, and he was given something by teaching them like that. But actually, but teaching both Pandava and Kaurava actually. So then Dronacharya also feel oblique to Duryodhana. Actually, he also know that Pandava is good person, and he is not supposed to be taking side of Duryodhana. But also another complication is there, because one of the enemy of Drona is Drupada. Drupada is the father-in-law of Pandava. So that's why that is also another thing. The father-in-law of Pandava, it is Draupadi, the father of Draupadi. Draupadi is the wife of Pandava. So just also normally now Drona will not take side of take side of Drupada, something like that. And Drupada is taking side of Pandava, of course, because It's like their son-in-law, son-in-law. So then here it's also mentioned by Srila Prabhupada that if teacher they behave not properly, actually should be abandoned. we should not we should not dare. Sometimes we can, we can actually they Drona was already lost his respectability as a teacher because of this abominable action, taking side of Duryodhana. Actually, he as a teacher should see what is good and bad, and then he should try to advise that you should do like this. It should not just because of getting support, financial support from Duryodhana, and he has to taking side to the bad person like Duryodhana like that. So Srila Prabhupada mentioned here that he already lost his respectable teacher position because of behaving improper like that. But still, because Arjuna is a soft person, soft in the the compassion person, he's still thinking that, oh, they are my teacher, something like that. Although he know that they because they acting like that is because of financial support, but still he is considered them as a respectable person. Okay, is it clear? And then text 5. Can you read this text 5? No, this explanation. Just a minute. 5. It's further explanation from Buricana. Just wait a minute. Okay. We will learn something culture. You can read this one.
Read.
Yes.
Again, Kshatriyas do not beg, they rule. Without a kingdom, Arjuna would have nothing to rule. Arjuna is well aware of that, but he prefers the embarrassment of begging to the painful reaction for killing his worshipable superiors. Although his present life would be difficult, his future life would not be stained with the sin of killing his guru. Arjuna, strongly justifying his position, continues in the next verse to give his fifth and final reasons not to fight. Refer to the comment to BG 1.27.
Yeah, it is related to his argument on 27. You can see this one. When the son of Kunti Arjuna saw all these grades of friends relative, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus. So actually, he is referring to that. So we will learn here about the culture. So Kshatriya, they do not beg. The Kshatriya never beg. They rule. It is that the nature of Kshatriya that they beg. They rule the kingdom. And he is ready to even to beg actually, and not attack, not counter attack their uh, his his grandfather and teacher and other side. But that is not the rule of Kshatriya. It is Srila Prabhupada mentioned here is like he is justifying his position. He is justifying his position. But actually, what the the real reason is that actually he don't know what to act. He don't know what decision I should take, like what decision that he should take. It is explained in the chapters, no, in the next verse. Can we read over there? Nachaitat vidmah kataran no gario yadva jaye mayadi vajatno jaye yuhu yane vahatwana jiji visamas devastita pramuke dartarastraha. Yeah. Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we kill the son of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield. So actually he's confused actually. This is the last argument of Arjuna that he don't want to fight. We can read it here. Can you read?
Purport. Arjuna did not know whether he should fight and risk unnecessary violence, although fighting is the duty of Kshatriyas, or whether he should refrain and live by begging. If he did not conquer the enemy, begging would be his only means of subsistence. Nor was there certainty of victory because either side might emerge victorious. Even if victory awaited them and their cause was justified, still, if the sons of Dhritarashtra die in battle, it would be very difficult to live in their absence. Under the circumstances, that would be another kind of defeat for enlightened and had complete control over his mind.
And senses.
And senses. His desire to live by begging, although he was born in the royal household, is another sign of detachment. He was truly virtuous, as these qualities combined with his faith in the words of instruction of Sri Krishna, his spiritual master, indicate. It is concluded that Arjuna was quite fit for liberation. Unless the senses are controlled, there is no chance of elevation to the platform of knowledge. And without knowledge and devotion, there is no chance of liberation. Arjuna was competent in all these attributes over and above his enormous attributes in his material relationships. Wait, teacher, I would like to reread.
The previous one?
Just stay here.
Stay here, okay.
It is very good. The place about detachment.
Yes.
Okay.
So Arjuna ready to beg like that is because actually it's a detachment. We can imagine, that if you are a prince, for example, you are princess, a prince or princess, then you think that you're ready to beg, ready to do that. That it means that you are really detached. We cannot imagine, for example, the prince, for example, in Thailand, for example, there is a prince, for example. Then if somehow he ready to beg to become beggar, and it can be like indication that he is very detached, although actually he is the prince like that. So yeah, Arjuna is the prince, and he is ready to become beggar and not to fight. It is also another in the positive way is that actually he is very virtuous people. He is detached. Detachment is not attached. Although he's supposed to be having a lot of luxury and different things, but he ready to become bigger. Yeah, like that. And all those qualities is actually making him fit to get liberation. Liberation means to get out from birth, death, old age, and disease. birth, death, old age, and disease, which is always kawal wata sangsar. We say in Cambodian, yeah. Nambai chihpot pi kawal wata sangsar. Yeah, liberation mean get out from the world wata sangsar, like that, kind like that, always. So Arjuna was competent in all these attributes over above his enormous attribute in his material relationship. And in the previous part, it is mentioned over here, it is still not sure which side will be victorious. Yeah, which side will win the battle. It is not sure yet because it is just about to start. And this war is actually for 18 days, and millions people died on 18 days. The war is in 18 days. Then
How many people die again, teacher?
I had to refer again, but it's mentioned that actually millions, hundreds millions, something like that, a lot more. I remember it is like, according to the explanation, it's more than even genocide, even maybe multiple times. So 100 million or a lot of, or 1 billion. It was huge, yeah, because all it actually involved a lot of king and kingdom as well. So over there, so it is not sure yet which one will be emerge victorious, either Pandava or Kaurava, not sure yet. So, but for but possibility will be pain for him to become victorious. He had to kill grandfather Bhisma and also Dronacharya. Another one's possibility, and then another possibility, if he is defeated, yeah, he is defeated. Of course, if we fight for Kshatriya, I mean, defeated mean die. If he ran away, defeated and then run away, then this is coward. Yeah, it is not the Kshatriya mood. It's not Kshatriya nature. In ancient time, there is only two possibility: going back with victory or die in the battle. The Kshatriya is like that. They not run away. So it is natural. Not everyone can become like this. Only Kshatriya have this, his courage, has this um, power like that. So either coming back with victory or die in the battle. So that is only the possibility. But here, Arjuna is in dilemma, because if I win how to win the battle, I have to kill all of them. Then after killing them, it will be difficult for me, because I have win the kingdom by killing my own kinsmen like that. But still, here there is not sure yet which one who will win the battle. Not sure yet. But still, he think that I will better to become bigger. Like that. And then finally, on the text 7, this we can read this. At this point, actually, Arjuna will start taking guidance from Lord Krishna. Before that, he is just speaking, according to his knowledge, what he hear from from the Shastra. And here he start This is the turning point that he coming to Lord Krishna for shelter and for guidance, like that. So when we are having difficulties in this life, for example, then we should consult Bhagavad Gita, which is actually word of Lord Krishna. So this is the turning point of Arjuna asking Lord Krishna, what is it? Let me read and then you can read the translation later. Karpanya dosu pahata subhava vichamitam dharma samudaceta yacharyasam nisitam bruhitan me sisyasteham sadimam twang prapanam. Please read.
Translation. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple, and a soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me.
Okay, so here you can see that actually he is, although having a lot of argument, different things like that. Actually, finally he don't know what decision he had to choose, to fight or not to fight. And it is good that we taking the advice of knowledgeable people. Yeah, sometimes when we have trouble, we have to consult to somebody, right? One who is expert. So here is Lord Krishna is with him, so he is asking Lord Krishna. So also this the proper attitude of one who is studying spiritual life, that they may know a lot of things about material things, but when we're dealing with spiritual subject matter, we have to consider ourselves that we don't know anything. So this is also humility also. So like that. Okay, we can read. Should I read or you read?
I can read.
Yes.
Purport. My nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step there is perplexity, and therefore it behoves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literature advises to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life, which happen without our desires. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexity of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. No one wants fire, and yet it takes place and we become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve the perplexities of life and to understand the science of the solution, one must approach a spiritual master who is in the discipline succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not, therefore, remain in material perplexity, but should approach a spiritual master. This is the purport of this verse. Who is the man in material perplexities? It is he who does not understand the problem of life. In the Brihad
Yes.
Brihad Aranjaka Upanishad 3.8.10, the perplexed man is described as follows. Yova edat Asaram Gagi Aviditvasma Lokat Praiti Sakripana. He is a miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human, and who thus quit this world like the cats and dog without understanding the sign of
Self-realization.
the signs of self-realization. The human form of life, this human form of life is a most valuable asset for the living entity who can utilize it for solving the problem of life. Therefore, one who does not utilize this opportunity properly is a miser. On the other hand, there is the Brahmana, or he who is intelligent enough to utilize this body to solve all the problems of life. Ja etat asaram gagi viditva lokat praiti sa brahmanaha.
Yes.
The Kripanas or miserly persons waste their time in being overly affectionate for family, society, country, etc. in the material conception of life. One is often attached to family life, namely to wife, children, and other members on the basis of skin disease. The Krishpana,
Yeah.
pardon?
Skin disease. This will be explained actually. Yeah, later I will explain.
Okay. The Kripana thinks that he is able to protect his family members from death, or the Kripana thinks that his family or society can save him from the verge of death. Such family attachment can be found even in the lower animals.
Wait, somehow.
Okay. Teacher, you know, when
Yes.
I read, I can like absorb the information from the text myself, and
Okay,
then
good.
when I hear you explain it, it adds up. It helps me understand better.
Okay, good. Then always good that we read like that. You can read like this. Yeah, because you get the information.
Yeah,
Yes,
but sometimes I read slower than you. You read so fast. Okay,
doesn't matter.
continue. Uh, such family attachment can be found even in the lower animals who take care of children also. Being intelligent, Arjuna could understand that his affection for family members and his wish to protect them from death were the causes of his perplexity. Although he could understand that his duty to fight was awaiting him still, on account of miserly weakness, he could not discharge of the duty. He is, therefore, asking Lord Krishna, the Supreme Spiritual Master, to make a definite solution. He offers himself to Krishna as a disciple. He wants to stop friendly talks between the master of the disciple are serious, and now Arjuna wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master. Krishna is therefore the original spiritual master of the science of Bhagavad Gita. And Arjuna is the first disciple for understanding the Gita. How Arjuna understands the Bhagavad Gita is stated in the Gita itself. And yet foolish mundane scholars explain that one need not submit to Krishna as a person, but to the unborn within Krishna. There is no difference between Krishna within and without. And one who has no sense of this understanding is the greatest fool in trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. Surrender unto me.
Yes, yes. So few point over here. That's coming back. So we are actually in dilemma every time. Perplexity is like a dilemma. We don't know what to do. So in our life, we have a lot of this kind of things happening to us, right?
Mhm.
Because this world is the place of suffering. That's why we are perplexed and every times. And then on those the same like Arjuna also here, that he have these perplexities. Then he start asking to Lord Krishna, and it is very important if we want to, not only important, but it's something like we must do. Yeah, if we want to go to the spiritual path, it is we need to take guidance of spiritual master to get out from the perplexities of life. It's mentioned that the perplexities of life is like a forest fire. It is somehow there, over there, but although we don't want to, and it is very difficult to get out from the forest fire. So there is this song, Samsara Dhava Nalali Daloka, Ranaya Karunya Gana Ganatam, Radasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Sri Charana Ravindam. So actually, the spiritual master or spiritual teacher, they give us like a, you know, like giving like a rain to the forest fire. Yeah. In order to get out from the forest of fire, it's not enough that we run away. We cannot even able to run from the fire because it is forest fire. We can imagine we are in the forest fire like a, you know, like a very big fire, everywhere fire. We cannot do anything. And then the only way to get out of that is that when there is a rain. So the rain is considered to be like the mercy or the knowledge or the guidance given by the spiritual master, like that. And in the Vedic culture, for the spiritual life, we should, yeah, it is a must, something. Tad vijnanartam sa gurum eva bigachet. It's mentioned over there that if we want to advance in spiritual life, we have to take guidance from spiritual master. And the qualification of spiritual master is also given in the Shastra. Yeah. And every one of us is actually in perplexities. Here is mentioned about skin disease, as is writing in the quote by Srila Prabhupada. Skin disease, skin disease. Okay. In quote, right? It has like metaphorical things. It's not really skin disease, but we are thinking our identity as something outside of us. Skin disease is like a disease outside of in the body, but let's say in the outer part of the body. Yeah. Skin disease. So skin disease here means that we are thinking, Srila Prabhupada mentioned here, that we can save our family, our community, our society from death by our own effort. Yeah. We are thinking like that, thinking that the family or the society or as all in all. But actually, we come we come here without anybody. Of course, take birth in a certain family, but actually after that, where we'll go, actually we only just by ourselves, right? So the Kripana think that he is able to protect his family member from death, or Kripana also think that family or society can save him from the verge of death. Yeah. And it is like the thinking of the one who is not so developed, intelligent is not so developed. family attachment. It doesn't mean that we should not take care of our family. It's not like that. But finally, we have to think that one day we have to live from them. We have to we have to leave them, even if we don't want to. When at the time of death, we will separate from them. It is bitter truth, it is bitter truth. For example, if somebody getting married, of course, it is very happy. For example, they have nice children and everything, and they think everything is now everything is here, and I will be forever. Some when people are happy, they will think that, oh, I will be like this forever. But actually, also there is a truth that in some point we have to die, and then when we die, you close your eyes and you imagine that sometime we have to leave them by force, by the law of nature. You have to leave them. So the real problem is actually like that. And because we are eternal, then after this life and next life will be again coming like that. We will take birth maybe by your karma or my karma. Maybe you will take birth here again in Cambodia. We don't know. Maybe you will take birth in another country. We don't know as well. But still, then there will be new family over there. There is possibility also that we will be united with our family member in previous life, but we already forget all of them. Although we again reunite, but we will not be able to remember like that. So this is skin disease that people are thinking not so deep, yeah, and thinking the material what you call material relationship as all in all. For example, yeah, it doesn't mean that we we don't respect our family. It's not. It doesn't mean like that. It is just giving the truth that after some time we have to leave them by by force of the natural nature that we have to die. And when we die, we forget everything. You will live your nationality, because your real identity is not. Yeah, okay, no, you are given victory name of this victory, and in the future life maybe you will change name, of course, and you will take birth in another place. There is also possibility take birth in the same place, but you will forget everything. You forget your family, something like that. So this is the it's a bitter thing that we have to face. Birth, death, old age, and disease is actually our real. Like now, even my voice is like that. This is one of the problem also, that disease, like a disease. Then this is we call kripana. People only thinking in the material way, and they are thinking that their identity as all in all. I'm Cambodian. I'm this. I'm Indonesian. Now I take birth in Indonesia, and I have Indonesian nationality. But in the future, if I'm attached to this country, for example, to Cambodia, maybe I will take birth here. We don't know. So in this way, now Arjuna is taking guidance from Lord Krishna. And then how to understand Bhagavad Gita, it should be understood. Should be understood like Arjuna understanding from Lord Krishna. Otherwise, we will not get the same understanding or the same realization. Some people who is in Mayavadi philosophy, they say that you should not surrender to Krishna, but you should surrender to something within Krishna. It is Mayavadi philosophy. They think that God has if God come to this earth, they also affected by material things. But actually, Lord Krishna is not like that. Okay, do you have any question after reading this? No. Okay.
No.
Okay. So just you can pick a few point of them, and this maybe can be your contemplation. Like also about this bitter truth. Let's say bitter truth that yeah, this is not our real identity, our nationality, our this, all this thing. Yeah. Your name also now, Victory. You're given name Victory in this life. In the future, maybe you change, and there is also possibility if in this life is woman and next life will be man. It's also possible. Yeah, it doesn't because actually this is not our real identity. Depend on our activities. The result of our activities we will given certain. It's mentioned that in the future life we will get certain ear, certain eye, certain whatever, or certain body according to the mind. So whatever you think at the time of death, that is actually will bring you. Because actually your mind is not dying. When you die, it's only this um, gross body died, but your mind still giving something desire, something. Our mind is thinking, feeling, and willing something. So that is still bangkrut problem. ហើយយកទៅទៀតបន្តទៀតនៅក្នុងជាតិក្រោយនឹងឯមានរាងកាយដែលមាននៅក្នុងកំណត់ឬក៏មានៈដែលបង្ក្រាបប្រលឹងហ្នឹង so like that so in the next life you will get certain condition of life according to what is in your mind so mind is not dying when we die the mind is not dying okay I think it's enough for today.
Thank you so much, teacher. Teacher, tomorrow I cannot make it. Maybe
Yes,
you and
okay.
Maria can continue and I'll watch the video. And may
Yes.
you have a good rest. Take care, and
Yeah,
I wish you fully recover very soon. Thank you
yeah,
so
yeah.
much for your time.
I will try to record tomorrow if Maria join. Otherwise,
Mhm.
if she is also not joining, then we will skip.
Okay.
Not skip actually. We'll cancel the session. Let's
Mm.
see what Maria. Okay.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Have a good day too. Take care, teacher. Stay
Yes.
safe.
Yeah. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.